Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Cliff London Uncensored. This is Cliff London. Oh boy, I keep trying to escape the topic of these stupid ass riots, but they just won't go away. And I've been thinking a lot about it lately, and and it's they're all pointless. It's not about George Floyd. At this point, it's not even about equality, which trying to force that, I always say it's a stupid thing. You have to make yourself into something to where people see you as an equal, as opposed to tearing shit up anyway. But that's another video. But I in my thoughts on it, I started thinking about the past and how shit like this has actually been going on for years. And I don't know whether it's white guilt or lack of resources or nobody wanting to be considered a racist. I don't know what it is, but I think American people are getting a bit tired of it. But one thing that I thought about is that, you know what? I just want to say this to, I know they always say there's other races, all races, we're doing it too, but these last few times, I keep looking for them. You would figure this leftist media would love to see some white people rioting and support this narrative. Oh, they could say that Trump hired the white folk to do this and get it all riled up. They could say that. That would be great fuel for them. So I don't believe the leftist media that they just, or the pro-blacks, they just choose to focus on blacks. Hell, that's just mostly who it is. I'm sorry. I spent hours the other day just trying to prove that theory. Oh, they just like to focus on. Now I know that there's Antifa out there, and I know that there's a lot of them wearing dark sweatshirts, but the ones that, in hoodies and stuff, but the ones that don't, the ones that decide not to wear any disguises, always black. And I just want to say to my fellow black people is that you all have a short memory, because at the end of the day, after all the rioting, after all the weirdo white folk on Facebook quoting Assata Shakur and Fredrick Douglass from the Burbs, to everything, and when all of that shit is done, when it's a done deal, when the smoke clears, when the building's ashes quit smoldering, once half these cities have fled, you know who's going to be at the bottom of the shit who after all that hollering? Black folk. Those black folk anyway. See, this is what they don't understand, because their memory is so short. You don't even have to go as far back as the LA riots. You can just go as far as that Freddie Gray shit. Or Ferguson. That's the result. Those businesses never come back. Okay? The town is destroyed. And the real shitty part of it all, the hilarious part in some ways, is that, when people forget, the reason that they will come up with why the neighborhood sucks and why people don't want to invest in having things there is because 10 years ago, you idiots decided to trash the neighborhood over some guy in 4 states that, before you even know the verdict of the case, before you even know what's went on. And it's a bit cowardice in a way, because you're not really taking it to the government buildings. I've heard of some, but you're not, tearing up your own neighborhood. We've seen the result of this. The ones who are going to suffer when it's all said and done are black folks. They're going to tell you reform. They're going to say to you, they're going to placate you, just like, if you're, if someone's, that guy, that classical player, to keep shying them. Oh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about commitment. We'll talk about reparations, baby. Oh yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll have a conversation when I get back, when I get back in town. Or when you coming back? I don't know. You know, it's that type of thing. That's what they're doing. Then they'll go and tear up some shit, you know. Everyone, you know, it's really annoying because when it's all said and done, like, it's at the stage now, like, it is at epic proportion of, you know, the white folks dusting off the Frederick Douglass quotes and shit. And I'm just like, oh, God, no. No, 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 no. Stop encouraging this. You're not helping. You're not helping. Sooner or later, people are going to start to move on, and all that's going to be left is just shit flows downhill, and you're going to be at the bottom again, looking up at the rest of the world in admiration and going, you know, we want equality because of slavery, you know, 200 years ago. We want this, we want that. Look at how our neighborhood is. They don't invest in our neighborhood. They don't care about what's going on in our community. When in fact, if these bullshit riots have shown us anything else, is that, hey, the white guilt is strong it is. The white guilt is strong it is. You know, the white guilt is strong. Are you kidding me? It would be the woke fucking Olympics if those neighborhoods were safe. If, let's say that it was just poor black people, but instead of killing each other, we helped each other out, like the fucking Hasidic Jews. You know, they were a community, and they maybe didn't have anything, but they had each other. They have each other. You know, if you do something like that, but nope, it's not what they do. You know, we hurt one another and blame everybody else. And they will blame everybody else after people forget about this shit. I mean, after Freddie Gray, remember the whole body cam shit? What happened to those? People just forgot about it. And they'll forget about this and move on. People will forget about Freddie Gray. People will forget about Sandra Bland. People will forget about Philando Castile. People will forget about Trayvon Martin. People will forget about fucking Hands Up, Don't Shoot. People will forget about George Floyd. People will forget about Jacob Blake. And you know what they won't forget about? The damn poverty that's still left over. You know what they won't forget about? To blame the President of the United States, or to blame Trump, or to blame those times. Oh, that era. They do it now. Oh, the CIA pumped drugs into the ghetto in the 60s. Oh, Black Wall Street. You know, they point back to that time, and those things were bullshit, by the way. But this time, it's still going to be bullshit, but it's going to be self-inflicted bullshit. And I just want to say before I end here to you people that are encouraging these riots, to the idiot Negroes that keep tearing up shit, and to the overly guilty white folk that keep egging it on and saying they support it and talking about their fucking feelings and shit. Man, I was trying not to curse. Stop, please. You know, because all I have to say to that is that you'll forget too. You all will forget. I know this is the big coda in some of you younger people's lives, like, oh, racism, and you're putting your shit on Facebook, and it's got the little circle, and Black Lives Matter, and people are looking off into the sunset, you know, and I hope it makes you all feel good. But I just want to say that doing that shit is one of the emptyless, meaningless gestures you can think of. It's almost as bad as putting a bumper sticker on your car that says I heart San Francisco or something. It's like that. And if that's your statement, well then, you know what? You can keep it. Keep all this shit. Because at the end of the day, all this shit only hurts ourselves. There is no fate but what we make for ourselves. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. Same old shit, different day, or is it different this time? If you're 35 and up, or no matter what age you are, but 35 and up, you're old enough to remember the past shit and how it ended up. So just go ahead and hit me in the comment section. If you like what you heard today, please rate, comment, share the video. I won't be butthurt if you don't share this one because I meant it to be short. Another thing, you can answer a question for me. You could answer in the comment section is it worth it? To me, this shit ain't worth it. Have a good night, everybody. This is Cliff London Uncensored. Stay safe.